how would you frame the end game here? In your mind, what does it look like?
Yeah, so the end game here is a profitable company with a clear strategy, which I think Elon would want to go list again at some point in time. It's like a classic leveraged buyout turnaround strategy is what is unfolding, right? I mean, he had taken debt, he has taken it private. I think he will improve the quality of asset, which is basically make it profitable and also revive the growth potential. And once that is done, the valuation goes up, and that's when he will again take it back to market. That's what I am thinking is what will happen here. Now, if you think from a numbers perspective, this is a company that makes 5 billion revenues before Elon took over, right? 5 billion revenues annually. If you take 3 times multiple, that's $15 billion value. If you take 5 times multiple, that is $25 billion in value. So he has grossly overpaid for an asset which is 5 billion in annual revenues. 5-time revenue multiple, I think he should have paid probably 25 billion. Maybe some premium as well, based on the nature of the platform, maybe 6 times multiple, that is $30 billion.
Correct.
He has paid like at least 15 billion more.
7.5, 8, yeah.
So clearly he has overpaid, and that, I think, in my mind, would mean that it would take him longer to turn things around, fix things, and then take it public. And if he's not able to do that, then I think it will end up becoming a smaller company, barely profitable or just profitable, that would stay private for a long time. What also remains to be seen is that how users react to this, because I think in most social media platforms, what is important is continued support of the users, right? So today, Twitter is what Twitter is because most users spend their time on Twitter, they engage on Twitter, and content creators post their content on Twitter, right? And you have this flywheel effect and network effect because content creators put good content and users engage with them. Now, if for some reason that becomes a negative flywheel and users start leaving, creators start leaving, then the platform will turn worthless. And I think one has to watch out for that as well, saying, okay, would that happen? Now, my view is that Twitter is so unique and it fills a very unique gap in the social media landscape that it is unlikely that Twitter will vanish or become less important, because this is the only platform where a lot of intellectual and political discourse happens. And that is where narrative is shaped. That is where I think important personalities really care about how they are being portrayed. It is almost like a mouthpiece for all the important announcements. It is basically a platform for press release as well. All the journalists get their content from this platform. So it's unlikely that it will go away in a year's time, but maybe over a few years, it can change trajectory, right? It can go on a growth trajectory, in which case it will become much more powerful and much more valuable. Or it can go on a downside as well, because if something better comes up, because people are looking
just
for
go for
now, right?
Right.
If something comes up, for example, in India, if coup takes over and becomes more prominent in other countries, other platforms as well, if they become more important, then the whole network effect will move away from Twitter to those local platforms, in which case they will miss the bus, right? And it will be difficult for them to regain or recoup the losses.